Hi everybody, this brief video is going to discuss the Bryan article that's in our class. Why did I pull this article? What does it matter? Honestly, this is an article that explains how to use action research for organizational theory. Some of you will probably do dissertations on organizational theory and action research as a case study. So this is an article that really gives a how-to and a methods-based section of doing it. Let me warn you when I talk about action research in case study research. For what you're trying to do, if you're trying to transition into higher education, I think you can probably do more. But if you're happy being in the field and working in the field, certainly not a bad idea. It's going to make for an easier dissertation to do because you know the data and you know the case that you're going to be working with. I picked this article and I like this article because of that. I think it'll give you a different approach. So action research, I give you some definitions for it, but the big thing that I want to stress is you do action research is a way to show what went right, what went wrong, and then sustain change and improve an organization. So you do action research normally in the school you work in, and you use that more as an improvement method than anything else. So what are we using action research for? We're using it for organizational ecology, collaboration and consensus, and the big thing here is long-term sustainability. So this particular article, it's showing you a very common model of action research and showing you what a 10-year partnership with a school district looks like. The population was very high in African American, and they were able to basically work with the data in the school, and they had complete access to it. I think the results of the study are meaningless. I want to talk about the process because some of you are going to use this model for your dissertation. So there are 4 processes to action research. You identify a problem, you use innovation and you do design with it, you do a field trial, and then you diffuse any of the innovation that came up after the field trial. So in theory, action research, the context should be something that is a no-brainer to you. You are writing about yourself, your school district, your organization. If you don't know the context of your district and you want to do action research, that is a big, big, big problem. So you have to really explain the context of it and how, if I'm reading a paper where somebody's proposing action research, I don't want to know anything about the district. I want to pretend like I am a clueless idiot that knows nothing about the district, knows nothing about education, and I can get from page 1 to page 5 and learn anything I need to know to make an informed decision. Here's how you write action research, too. Get somebody who doesn't have one freaking idea on education to read it. If you have a friend who's completely out of education, a spouse who's out of education, a kid who's between 13 and 14 years old who might not understand the organizational dynamics, have them read it and ask them to tell it back to you. And if they can explain it back to you, you've written it correctly. That's more important in action research than it is in any other methodological theory that you're going to use to write. Then you design the model. And you do the model normally within the context of the organization, but the key idea here is you make sure that you have a bunch of stakeholders that have bought into the model. If the stakeholders don't buy into the model, then we have a bigger problem as well, because then you're doing research that's not going to impact a large number of people, which is the point of action research. Then you field test. You field test the model normally in your school. It's your model and it's your theory, so the hope is that you have more access than you know what to do with. Here's the other thing about field testing too. If you want action research to be publishable, usable, and sexy, it has to be longitudinal. This is not something that you can do as a snapshot in, September 2014, this happened, and expect that to publish. It better be really special if you want to publish it on it. Field trials should be longitudinal, at least over the course of a year, more like 5 and 10 years. Then you take the model and you diffuse it. You give it to the school population, you solve the problem, you document what changed after the field test, and you show how the test helped you to arrive at what worked. Then you sit back, watch the results, and report on them. That's the real key to this. This takes time. If you want to do it correctly, and you want it to be publishable and you want it to be usable, you have to have enough time to wait to finish it because you have to see if your plan has worked. Your result is going to see, essentially, did it work or did it not work? But one of the things that people tend to complain about with this model is that they have to sit back for a year or two and just let data happen and data get collected. That can be an issue as well. If you have time to do that, think about action research. If you want to use it as a snapshot, that's a different approach and a different thing altogether. So that's it for this article. Thank you very much.